This episode of The Young Turks is brought to you by T-Mobile.
Of course, we're also seeing people who want to blame the problems of the economy on the measures that have been taken to fix the economy. And if you want to get a reliable source for somebody who misstates the way the world works, I always turn to my old friend Sean Hannity. I was on Sean's show in 2007, and he and Gary Bauer double-teamed me for about 25 minutes on the war on terror. And so after they worked me over and he didn't let me make my final point, he said, "Don't worry, we'll have you back." Well, it's 2011. Sean, we're waiting. But let's have the clip, if we have it, of Sean, and we'll give him equal time, even if he doesn't give us equal time. Sean, let's hear from you.
Blow it up. The radical left spent us into oblivion.
They did?
Barack Obama, nearly $5 trillion in debt, $1.65 trillion this year. Pelosi, $5 trillion as Speaker of the House.
What was the surplus that George Bush got?
Listen, we had to fight a war. 9/11 impacted the economy. But wait a minute. No, in 8 years, George Bush didn't accumulate the debt that Barack Obama did in less than 3. So excuse me.
But who got us into this recession?
Excuse me. Who got?
How did we get here? How did we get here?
Who made it worse with a failed stimulus?
No, how did we get here?
How did we get here? By a Keynesian model.
Under the Bush administration.
We got here by using a Keynesian model. I'm impressed. I mean, I would have thought Sean thinks a Keynesian model is a fashion, person of some kind. So good. He knows the word Keynesian, meaning that he thinks that the new economics, the kind that says a rising tide will lift all boats, and that's why it's good to cut taxes, that's the real economics. That's the economics that works. That's why we've had 10 years of tax cuts for the wealthy, and unemployment is so low, right? That's the economics at work. But here's the box we got into. Here's what happens when you compromise, but you don't make your case before you compromise. I believe that the president understands and has always understood that stimulus is needed. He said something very sensible this week. As people pointed out that unemployment is going up in the states, he said that's because stimulus money for the states has run out and they've had to lay off I think it's 50,000+ people. So of course unemployment at the state level has gone up. That's common sense. But what's happened is that because he didn't ask for the stimulus that the Nobel Prize winning economics experts said we needed, the Joe Stiglitz's and Paul Krugman's of the world, it didn't get the job completely done. Yes, it did create 2 or 3 million jobs, but we need a lot more. We need to turn the jobs crisis around before we can turn the economy around. By doing a half activist job on it, we didn't get the job done, and that opens the door for someone like Sean Hannity to say, your stimulus didn't work. It didn't work enough. We need more. Sean's logic is like saying, I took my mom to the doctor and she was still coughing in the car on the way back, so doctors make moms sicker. No, they don't make moms sicker. You just need to keep going and following up and taking the medicine, and that's what we don't want to do. When the old people, when I was a kid, used to say they don't want to go to the hospital because that's where people go to die. Well, Fox News is where good ideas go to die and economic common sense goes to die. And Sean Hannity's logic is no different than those old folks in my neighborhood when I was growing up. It doesn't make sense.
T-Mobile's great selection of tablets, laptop sticks, and their new mobile hotspot allows you to stay connected to the internet on the go. Affordable high-speed internet when and where you want it, without the overages. Mobile broadband data plans start as low as $29.99 a month, and current T-Mobile voice customers save an additional 20%. Create your own personal hotspot on the go with T-Mobile 4G mobile hotspot. Get high-speed internet on up to 5 Wi-Fi devices, laptops, tablets, music players, gaming devices, and more. 4G capable with speeds up to 21 megabits. With the mobile hotspot from T-Mobile, you can share the power of America's largest 4G network. With devices like this, you can use T-Mobile's high-speed internet on the go.